Hello again, it's Tom here and welcome back to Manage Woodworking. So today we're looking at budget tool belts. So if that's something you'd like to have a look at, stay right there. Let's check them out together. Okay then, so the budget tool belts. Now I was going to have three and do a review. Which has been the Milwaukee, the Tough Build and the Makita. The Makita took forever to come, and when I saw it, I literally sent it straight back. It was awful. I don't know why it's so hard to get your hands on it, but I can't even be bothered to do a review on a product which I wouldn't be seen dead in and just doesn't do what it's meant to do. I will explain a bit later on. Anyway, so to kick off with, if I put the Milwaukee out the way for a moment, let's have a look at the Tough Build. Now, I know you can get cheaper tool belts. I say these are budget. They are. This Tough Build's £89 in that area. And there's loads of bits you can add onto it. Yes, you can get cheaper ones, but all right, budget, but middle of the road, I would say. Obviously, there are better belts than this. So, what the Tough Build is selling itself on is what they call clip tech. Now clip tech is literally, if I will demonstrate, it's probably the easiest method. I can't even do it. You pull the plastic tab back. There we go. You pull the plastic tab back. It's just where if you're wearing it's a lot easier, as you see. It releases it. And this is the clip. Now the clip you can put anywhere on the belt. They have different bags that fit onto it. The idea being, so when you want to, I don't know, go for lunch or something and you don't want to take your belt off, but you don't want to take your bags, you can literally unclip them, put them down. They've got this little Velcro-y thing so it allows them to sit up like that. It's an interesting feature. Do you need it? I don't think so. Let's be fair, normal, if you're going to lean your bag up, you lean up against the wall or something like that. And these sit pretty well, no matter what anyway. So yeah, this is what Tough Build are trying to sell here, this clip tech. But I've seen this in Velcro and I've seen it with the clip tech. And quite honestly, the Velcro is much better. This clip tech, it's plastic, it just doesn't feel well built. You know, I'm sure it's robust, I'm sure it does the job. I'm just not sold on it. The bags themselves, yeah, they're well built, very tough as by the name obviously. Riveted seams, yeah, exactly what you'd expect to find on a good tool belt. What I wasn't expecting to find is this. I don't know why you can see this. It's a zip-on, zip-off extension. Which, really? That's the first tool belt I've ever seen in my life where you need a zip-on extension. Just make it the full length. Where's the issue? Just wrap it around a bit more. I'm not seeing it. Quite frankly, I'm not sold on this. It's not what I was expecting. It's not what I was expecting from Tough Build. And as I say, the Velcro one I've seen is a lot better. In contrast, if I put this out the way for a moment and grab the Milwaukee. Now, I should say this comes with the harness. The Tough Build can come with a harness, so that's an additional £15. I just didn't buy it at the time. So yeah, you can clip the harness on and off. In this particular case, I will unclip it just for shits and giggles. So let's just take it off out the way so I can show it off in its entirety. So there's the harness padded with, I'm guessing that's a knife holder or something there. we'll put that out of the way for the time being. So here's the belt. Now, unlike the Clip Tech, the Tough Build, the Milwaukee, I've gone with handles. So when you finish with your tool belt, you can pick it up by the handles, which I think is a much better idea. In contrast, the belt is all one piece. I don't feel it's quite as well padded as the Tough Build, but it isn't far away. The bags are nylon by the look of it. There are no rivets. Oh, actually there are rivets, I do tell a lie. Not as many. But again, it's well built. Easy enough to get your hands in. You can slide the belt out and move the bags wherever you want. Yeah, so in contrast to the Tough Build, the Milwaukee looks a lot better. Granted, the Milwaukee does run £130, so it is £40 more than the Tough Build, but that's obviously with the harness. The Tough Build would be more like £105, £110. With the harness, so there ain't much in it when you get to that. Next step is for me to show you what they're like on with the tools in. If you're enjoying this video and you'd like to support me, please give it a thumbs up, or better yet, subscribe down there. It really helps my channel, but more than that, it makes YouTube show this video to people like yourselves who haven't found my channel before. Anyway, enough about me, back to the video. Okay then, so as you can see, this is my old tool belt. This is a Stanley Fat Max. I bought way back when, I think it was 45 or 50 pounds back in the day. It's done well, it's starting to wear out though, I'm starting to get holes here and there. This is leather and nylon. But yeah, it's done me well. Standard stuff I carry, tape measure, carpenter square, pencils, little adjustable, hammer, knife, DeWalt laser measurement. Very good for doing joists and things like that. Yeah, so standard things. Obviously, I forgot to mention like nails and screws and whatnot. Problem I've got with this hangs right in front of your belly. So the problem is if you want to bend over, it's awkward. You can pinch yourself, it gets in the way. It's just not nice to work with. That's why the other belts are designed more like a gunslinger. It's over the hip so you can bend over, it doesn't get in the way. So best thing to do is for me to try those on and see which one's the best. Okay, so let's try the Tough Build belt and see if it's any good. That feels relatively secure. That feels bloody awful. Some plasticky, janky thing. Okay. Right. Now with the bags. They clip. Well, it's on. They feel bloody awful. They feel so cheap. It's, yeah, as you can see, they flop around. Yes, you got better movement because it hangs over the hips, but and these do come on and off easy enough, but they don't feel good. That's what they come with. You've got a pouch there for your carpenter square, little slots inside for screwdrivers or chisels, obviously your pouches for your nails. This side's all for nails and screws. One strange thing, each bag has its own hammer holder, and you have a separate one as well, which I think is kind of weird. Bottom line, it doesn't feel good. Right, let's try the Milwaukee. Okay then, so let's try on the Milwaukee and see how it feels. Well, from the get-go, it's a lot easier to put the belt on, not such faff. The bags, they're not quite as big as the Tough Build, I will say that, but perfectly adequate for carrying nails and screws and whatnot. the belt. You can bend over it nice and easily, so there's ease of movement. It has got a slot for your rafter square, obviously pouches for nails and screws, place for your tape measure, only one hammer loop, go figure, you don't need three, and then there's places for chisels and screwdrivers, etc. Again, you can buy different pouches for this as well. Yeah. This just feels, it just feels right. Everything about it, yeah. I think you can see which way this is going. Yes, it's slightly more expensive, but it stands head and shoulders above the Tough Build. I should go back to what I originally said about the Makita. The Makita was meant to be very similar to this, and when it arrived, as you can see, this hangs over your hips like a gunslinger. The Makita hung over your butt cheeks, so you literally were trying to do this to see where your tools were, and it wouldn't slide around, because whereas this has these loops for your harness, the Makitas were set so far back you couldn't bring the bags round. So whoever thought that was a good idea, like these are far enough around that you can bring the bags right sort of past your hips, but the Makitas were set way back here, so you know, you had no choice. Yes, the belt looked okay and it was about £98 in price, but if it's unusable, what's the point of me doing a review? And anyone who watches this channel knows I'm a Makita fanboy and I like the gear, but when it's crap, it's crap. I'm going to tell you so. Once again, I should say I am not being paid for this sponsorship for either of these belts. These have been bought by my own pennies, and just thought I would give you a review of which one's better. So no one's sponsoring me on this. This is literally my own pennies, and it's an honest review as always. But yeah, so of the three, the Milwaukee, I think, is definitely the way to go. Anyway, on that bombshell, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, bye bye.